We've kind of been keeping a secret from you. We ended up getting something really cool. Like, I don't know, let's say we've had it about a week and a half now. And we're actually super excited about it. We weren't gonna show anybody, but we decided that we want everybody to see what we got. So I'm gonna go grab it real quick. Honey, hold on to this real quick. Ooh, this is cool. Well, guys, a lot has changed over the last few weeks, but it's all changed for the better, that's for sure. It's nothing bad has happened. Nothing bad has happened. But life is definitely different, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm out here this morning, getting a short little 5-mile ruck in. We're going for 13 to 15 minutes a mile, and just seeing how we can crank it out. It's absolutely gorgeous out right now. It's a crispy like 62 degrees, which is perfect. I hit a leg workout before I did this, and I'm just feeling good. Feeling real good. I didn't want to get up, but I ended up laying in bed for like 35 minutes trying to fall back asleep. I was like, I'm not gonna do this. And I literally laid in bed for like 35 minutes not wanting to do this, not wanting to get up. I was like, I'll ruck tomorrow. You know, we don't got anything going on until like 1:30 today. Every excuse I could find to not show up. Well, I showed up, and I am very glad that I did, because I am feeling fantastic, feeling alert, feeling awake, and I'm hoping this actually makes my knees feel better. So I don't know if anybody else out there deals with knee pain, but my knees are pretty much not having a good time as of lately. And the big thing for me is actually not staying active. So if I'm not active, my knees, it's rough. It's really rough. So I'm gonna try to start staying active more, running more. I've put on some weight that I don't like. Like, I'm not fat, I know that, but I'm bigger than I like to be. Sitting about 230 right now. I was down to 218 or 216, and 216 is just too small for me. So if I can say that like 220 to 222, that's like my ideal weight. I keep a little thin layer of fat on my body, and it's enough where, like, if I'm fasting throughout the day or anything like that, I don't get super like lightheaded, fatigued super easy. I just all in all can maintain a lot better. I think there's a deer in the road up there standing. You guys probably can't see it. I'll try to zoom in. There's a deer standing in the middle of the road. That's the other thing. That's the other reason why I love doing this. Like, I'm up when all the animals are up, the world's waking up. No headphones in, no music playing, just me, my thoughts, and the outside. Oh, I love this. But yeah, back to what I was saying about my knees. When I'm active, they feel a lot better. I don't know if it's just like old man knee, where they sit around, they get all crinkly and crunchy. Like, I was doing my squats this morning, and it sounded like somebody opening up a bag of chips. Not just any chips, but Sun Chips. Not the new Sun Chips, the old ones. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know how loud they are. So, I'm gonna keep rucking. We'll give you guys some B-roll. Let's get after it. Remember when I said I saw that deer in the road? It wasn't a little one. It's a good sized deer. Also, unless I stop filming, I'm definitely not gonna hit my 15-minute mark. So, kind of forgot that, like, when you're setting up B-roll, you have to set the camera up, go back, walk past it, get your camera, do all that stuff. Yeah, it adds a little bit of time. So I might hustle up here a little bit, maybe hit a little ruck run, try to make up some time. Hi, dear. All right, well that definitely wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. 5 miles in 121. Definitely could have been better. I also don't necessarily know how much I trust the GPS because I started it right here, driveway, and I had to go down to the stop sign, turn around, and made it halfway back by the time I hit that 5 mile mark. I'm making all kinds of excuses. I'm not gonna lie. What is that, 80 minutes? I don't even know the math on that. Let's pull out my phone. One second. That averages out to 16 minutes a mile. It's not what I wanted to hit. I told you guys I wanted to get between that 12 and 15 minute mile. And those first 2 miles were rough. I was, I think I was 18:30 on the first mile and like 18:10 on the second mile. Ozzy! And like 18:12 on the second mile. But I have a million excuses. My knees are bad. I got really bad sunburn on my back. I didn't think this was gonna... Ozzy! Stop! I've got 1.5 million different reasons that this sucks so bad. My knees, they did start to loosen up around that 2.5 mile mark, so I was able to ruck run and make up some time. Otherwise, I mean, I would have been at, I don't even know, an hour and 40-ish minutes, somewhere in there. Between hour 35, hour 45, we'll just call it. And I got really bad sunburn on my back too. I didn't think that it was actually going to like affect me much, but it hurts. It hurts really bad. And my ruck's packed like crap. It's packed really bad. I threw it together real quick, just with like my range bag, sleep system, some clothes, all kinds of stuff to get some weight in there. I don't even know how much it weighs. Honestly, it's probably not even heavy. It's probably like 35, 40 pounds. I'll check and I'll let you guys know. But those are all just excuses. That's exactly what they are. They're excuses. They're things to try to make me feel better about my poor performance. When really there's only one thing that matters, one excuse that's valid, and it's that I just don't do it enough. I let myself get lazy. I let myself get comfortable. Those things caused my knees to hurt, caused me to not prepare for this. I didn't pack my ruck properly because I was in a rush to just get it done. I got sunburn on my back instead of throwing on an extra shirt or something to help alleviate some of that rub and that wear on my back. And I just don't do it enough. I haven't rucked since, like decently rucked, since September of last year. And that was, I don't remember what it was, 13 or 14 miles, something like that. And I did good on that. I did 12 miles in I did the whole thing in under 3 hours. I think it was 13.1 miles or something like that. I did it in 2 hours and 59 minutes. So just barely scraped by, but I did it. If I would have done it at the pace I'm doing it right now, it's not good. It's not good. That would have been pathetic. I wouldn't even make selection right now. And that sucks. That sucks because that's a goal of mine. Moral of the story here, don't let yourself get lazy. Don't let yourself get comfortable, complacent. You always need to be doing something to make yourself uncomfortable. I'm not trying to sound like some guru, self-help, online, fitness, military mindset expert thing, because I am none of those. But I do understand what it's like to get lazy and get complacent. And it takes its toll. It takes its toll on your body. It takes its toll on your mind. So don't let it happen. Stay uncomfortable. I'll tell you what though, this Ruck, it relit a fire up under me. And I got some motivation to get better. On the bright side, it's only like 7:10. So I've got the entire day ahead of me. I'm going to make it a productive one. I know I got to mow and do things like that. So let's make it a productive day. Alright guys, we've kind of been keeping a secret from you. We ended up getting something really cool. Like, I don't know, let's say we've had it about a week and a half now. And we're actually super excited about it. We weren't going to show anybody, but we decided that we want everybody to see what we got. So I'm going to go grab it real quick. Honey, hold on to this real quick. It's cool. So I can't believe they actually had this at the store. But look at what I found at the store. We found a baby girl. We found a little baby girl named Octavia at the store. Yeah. Did we buy her from the store, buddy? Yeah. We did not buy her from the store. Oh, you showing him your cool necklace? This is little Miss Octavia Rain. She is about a week and a half old now. Oh, when you guys see this, about 2 weeks old. And she is just a little bundle of joy. Obviously, you guys know Brandy was pregnant. That was no secret. But we finally had her. She made her way into this world. About just over 2 weeks for you guys now seeing this. But we are very happy. She's super healthy, super happy, super content with life, and just pretty much like her dad. She likes to eat, sleep, and poop, which can't complain too much there. Odin, do you like being a big brother? Yeah, you love your sister? He actually loves being a big brother. He loves hanging out with her and trying to cuddle. He did have hand, foot, mouth, so he couldn't really cuddle too much the first week, which was unfortunate. But now that he's feeling better, he's like he literally just walks up and pokes her because he's so happy that he gets to touch her. But we're happy. We're happy. Mama's doing better now. The birth itself was actually very easy, I guess, if you want to use that word, honey. Kind of funny story. Oh, hold on one second. I got to readjust with her. It's just easier to hand her off. So the birth itself was, fairly uncomplicated. Actually went really, really, really fast. We're not going to get into like all the gritty details about it, but her sister and I almost delivered the baby for her in the hospital. Baby came out, Octavia came out before the doctor was in, and the nurse had one glove on, and Amber and I almost delivered her. It was very fast, very, I remember Brandy going, something's happening, and it wasn't 45 seconds later that Octavia was born. It was extremely fast. But because of that, there ended up being some pretty big complications with Brandy. I won't get into too much detail, too much nitty gritty about it, but there was some pretty bad hemorrhaging. And anybody that knows anything about childbirth, the risks that happen, hemorrhaging is a big one. And it was about 9 hours that it took to get the bleeding stopped. The first hour and a half, mind you, Brandy wasn't on any pain meds for any of this. Even if she wanted them, she wouldn't have been able to. Octavia came out so fast that they wouldn't have been able to give it to her. But for about an hour and a half, the doctor was trying to, I'll say, manually stop the bleeding from the inside. And Brandy had no pain meds for that after just delivering a baby. And it was not fun to watch. I could only imagine what it was like to feel it. But it finally came to a point of, the doctor literally was working for a solid hour and a half. And it came down to kind of my choice of saying, like, hey, she needs pain meds now. Like, we need to do something for her because this is just getting to be too much. So they gave her some pain meds and then tried for about another 15 minutes to stop the bleeding. And it still didn't work. And it came down to needing to go into the operating room, which thankfully they didn't have to cut her open and actually perform like invasive surgery. Which we're kind of thinking that maybe if she did, it might have been a little bit better. But she had the choice of just getting some pain meds or being put into, getting put into anesthesia, general anesthesia for it, and we decided to go with that. And I was lucky enough to be able to be in the room. I don't know if you want to call it luck or whatever it was, but it wasn't fun to watch. It was because the type of anesthesia she was under was basically like being put into a really, really deep sleep. So sometimes she would not be sleeping as hard and would start to react to pain. And you could see the pain response in her heartbeat, in her face, in her body movements, which she wasn't supposed to be moving. So it sucked. It really sucked. And then they ended up getting their device in that they needed to get in to try and stop the bleeding. And they figured out what was causing the bleeding, a couple different things. And then we wheeled her into recovery. So once we got into recovery too, we were thinking, okay, here we go. Everything's good. Like, we're just going to watch, make sure the bleeding subsides, make sure, it's good. And then she started like violently shaking, but wasn't cold, wasn't hot. Developed a little bit of a fever for like, it was like 10 minutes that she had a fever for. But they couldn't figure it out, so they ran labs. Her hemoglobin levels ended up being like super low, like 5.8 was your lowest, or 5?
I think so.
5.8 or 5.3, I don't remember. Started getting low, so that's what the shaking was like a trauma response to blood loss. She lost a lot of blood. The doctors and the nurses and the entire staff there were absolutely amazing. They made it so that we didn't fear pretty much anything. They kept the entire situation very relaxed, very mellow, and very... it was scary, but it wasn't like, oh my god, my wife's dying type of scary. They kept it very controlled, and I'm extremely thankful for that. But the next day, she ended up needing to have a blood transfusion. That was the only way. Her body just wasn't producing blood, wasn't making enough blood with all the antibiotics that they put inside of her and the anesthesia and the pain meds at this point. Like, her body just wasn't making blood for herself. So I ended up giving her a blood transfusion, getting her back squared away. And then we stayed another night. So we stayed 2 nights, 3 days? Yeah, 2 nights, 3 days. And on that third day, obviously, we got to go home. They checked her hemoglobin levels, and with that blood transfusion, thankfully, it brought her up to like a 7.3 or 7.8. And that was enough to say, hey, you guys are good, you can go home. the reason that I bring this whole thing up to you guys and talk about situations like this is to watch Odin fall.
Buddy, there's a hole right there.
Oh man. Is just one of those simple reminders, like, be thankful for what you have in the time that you have it, and like, don't take things for granted. Like, there's things that I've taken for granted with Brandy and with my family and with my life, but this is the second time now I've watched my wife fade out, and it's not something that's fun. It's not something that anybody should experience, not just on my end, but on hers also. It's not something that's easy. It is something that's traumatizing, and nobody talks about the trauma that childbirth actually brings to the woman that is pretty much guaranteed going to get PTSD from childbirth, because it's, as our doctor explained it, one of the most traumatic things a human body can go through and live through. So the PTSD that comes along with childbirth is something that people need to be aware of. And for the dads or the partners out there too, like, that is, if you go through something traumatic like that, talk about it. It's fine. It's okay to talk about it. Doesn't make you weak. Doesn't make you a sissy. Like, it's terrifying. So I wanted to share our little story with you guys, in case anybody else is seeing it, in case anybody else has gone through it or is going through it. It's terrifying. You're not alone. It happens to a lot of people, unfortunately, but you're not alone in it. So talk about it. Be aware of it. Be thankful for the things that you have, the family in your life, your loved ones. Call them, text them, do whatever it is, because in literal minutes, it could be gone. Every single thing could be taken from you, and your world could be turned upside down. So be thankful. Be thankful for the things that you have and the people that you have. So on that whole little soapbox there, that's all we got for you guys. We're going to enjoy some family time outside with our beautiful baby girl. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.